YouTube, this is Dave's Had Enough 187. This is another video to do with Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain Controversy. My thoughts and opinion. And another video from Dave. And yeah, pretty much tonight Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain comes out, and the closer we get to this game coming out, the more shit we hear about it. Just like every game. Same thing with Batman Arkham Knight and many other games that have been released lately. You know, and I'm noticing with a lot of people that bitch about this shit, and I'm not going to sit here and say all this shit that's going on is right. I do not stand by microtransactions. I just watched a video by King Grimpachi, and I mentioned the same thing he mentioned in his video in my last podcast about the whole Plants vs. Zombies. You know, if you play Plants vs. Zombies, you can get a majority of them characters pretty quick, you know, but if you don't want to play the game and just get the games off the rip and have them already, you can buy these little things called sticker packs. And I just think that's for lazy-ass people. Now, when they're doing it to a point where it's ridiculous, like Blacklight Retribution on the PS4, I don't know anything about the PC version, because I got in this discussion with Brimstone last night on his podcast, but the PS4 version, you have to play that game a lot to get shit. Like, I mean, you have to grind your ass off, and that's fucking ridiculous, but it is a free-to-play game. So that's kind of why I put it down. Great game, but I just wasn't spending a bunch of money just to get weapons. Fuck that. Now, when they start doing this shit with actual games that you buy for $60, and if it's like Plants vs. Zombies, I don't mind it. But if it's like something like Blacklight Retribution on the PS4 and I paid $60 for it, then I have a fucking problem. I don't really know about Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain because I didn't play the game yet. But I'm sure I'll experience, and, you know, on my first impressions or reviews, my review for the game, I will give you my overall thoughts on all this. But this is not going to affect me buying the game. I'm still getting the game. I don't care. I want this game the minute I fucking saw it. You know, when they first showed off Ground Zeroes, I wanted that game. Even though Ground Zeroes was a short game, I liked it. It's good. I'm a fan of the Metal Gear franchise. I love these games. And I'm surprised a lot of people here on YouTube don't like Metal Gear. I'm like, damn. I was like, I grew up with Metal Gear. You know, a lot of these games like Siphon Filter, Dead to Rights, you mentioned some of these games to people, Metal Gear. Like, I don't really like that. What? Huh? You know, I'm just like, it's like Old Dirty said, if it's anything to do with stealth, people don't like it. You know, they want run and gun and I like that too, don't get me wrong, but anything to do with stealth, they don't want nothing to do with it. I used to love, like, the old Splinter Cell games. Now, the new Splinter Cell, they got some stealth in it, but nothing like the original ones. But Metal Gear that was what it was always, like, famous for, and I loved the boss fights in Metal Gear. I always loved the boss fights, and this one looks great. But you got a lot of controversy surrounding this game. You know, the microtransactions, the reviews, you know, everybody's giving it 10s across the board. But, I mean, I understand there are some reviewers that are paid off, but did you guys ever, you know, really stop and think maybe some games still that get 10s across the board deserve them? Is that just fucking unreal when you hear that? I mean, looking at Metal Gear, did I expect that game to get a 6? I mean, really think about that. Did I think that we were going to come out with a 6 for that one? No, I expected a 10 because it was going to be a good game. I had a feeling it was going to be a good game. But this whole microtransaction shit, I don't really know much about it. From what I do know, they're going to be mother-based coins, and from what I understand, you know, I guess the highest one is $79.95, and that gives you 6,000. Then they have one for $48.95. That's 3,500 coins. $15.95 is 1,150 coins. $7.95 is 550 coins, and $1.65 is 100 coins. And from what I understand, this makes you help you build your mother base faster or some shit, and you get more people. I don't know. I don't think it's going to really be that big of a deal as most people are making it. But who knows? It might be a huge deal. I don't know. I didn't play the game yet, and I didn't look enough into it. I saw a couple of videos from it. I saw one from Mundane Matt. He was talking about it. He had, you know, some strong opinions about it. He didn't agree with it, but I'm not letting that hurt my experience on the game. You know, if it's something that's like, you know, totally ridiculous, like the whole Blacklight Retribution, you know, with how they made you fucking grind to near, you know, just fucking, you know, it was ridiculous. Like, straight up ridiculous what you had to do to get some of them guns. No. But that's a free-to-play game, so I expect that. But $60 games that do that I'm paying money for, now that's a different story. I mean, if it is that bad, then maybe you'll hear that on my first impressions or reviews. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as everybody's making it sound. And most people that are bitching about it are people that most likely do not even plan on getting the game in the first place. I noticed this generation, you got a lot of people that bitch about all these games that never planned on buying them in the first place. Look at all the people that bitched about Batman Arkham Knight and the Season Pass. Did anybody even buy the Season Pass? Did anybody even buy the game that bitched about it? You know, anybody bitched about the Season Pass, did they buy the Season Pass, or did they even buy the fucking game? Like I said, you know? No. These people just want to bitch about everything this generation. One thing they see wrong, they're ready to fucking, you know, lynch these motherfuckers, you know, they're making this game. You know, this was, I never seen this in any other generation, but this generation, this bad. You know, other generations we had it where it was pretty bad, but this is the worst. Like, social media is at its all-time low, you know. It's like people are always ready to attack these developers, attack each other over gaming opinions. It's getting pretty bad, you know. It is. It's kind of hurting. I think it's ruining gaming. The gaming experience itself is social media. But I don't think this is going to really affect the game as much as many people are making it out to be. I noticed I don't like microtransactions, so I can't sit here in the video and defend this shit. I'm not defending what they're doing in Metal Gear, but I don't think it's going to really hurt, you know, the experience of the game that much as everybody thinks it is. I could be wrong, but when it comes to the reviews that this game's getting, I think it's getting some decent reviews because it's a good fucking game, really good reviews. Does any game every game deserve, does really any game deserve a 10? No, because there's always something wrong with it, but they have to give some games 10s, you know. I mean, there is some really good games out there. Majority of the time, if a game's getting a good review, like a 10 out of 10, there's something really good about it. They're not just giving straight up dog shit games 10s, you know. I mean, there is games that they have done that with, but it's very rare, you know. But that's just my thoughts. But yeah, this whole controversy with this whole Metal Gear, I just think it's fucking people just not buying the game in the first place, to be honest. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Like I said, I'll be live streaming Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain tonight. Come check that out. More videos to come. Thank you, YouTube.